Okay, we're gonna talk now about fumbling the roster that I fumbled. So let's talk to go to the beginning. So back in I started this probably when I was 14. My ex was the one that set me on this path. My ex-C, very first long-term girlfriend I had, and she kind of set me in this path because this was her behavior. So around the time I started, probably like say 15. 15. So at 15, it would be common for us to like me and like a couple other guys I was friends with, we would have like up to 4 girlfriends at the time. 4 was the most number I could ever have. So you'd have like 4 girlfriends, consistent girlfriends that you'd have at the same time, and you'd have other chicks that you would try to talk to, mess around with. This was back in like the 2000s, and 4 was the maximum number I could always pull, and it was always 2 of those 4 girlfriends were your main girlfriends, and then out of the 2 that were your main, you had one that was very hot. I guess you would call her your Stacy, and the other one would be just your like a sweet girl, a sweet, not as pretty as a Stacy, but a sweet. And I always had like 2 of them. And that went on up into my late teens. Once I hit 21, I was only able to have 2 girlfriends at a time. But there'd be, again, a Stacy and a sweet girl. And I'd have a couple other chicks I'd be trying to hook up with. But then I became a single dad at 24. Yeah, dad at 24 and single dad at 24. So I didn't try that at all anymore. Until I took a break from like the dating scene. And then let me see, I want to say 26, I jumped back in. I kind of had a little bit of a roster again. No girlfriend, just chicks I'd hook up with. I'd call them my side chick, or people would call them like, oh, that's my hoes, these are my hoes and all that. Or just the roster, to be more polite. And then at 27, I got with my late fiance. And yeah, she passed away 3 years ago. But anyways, okay, so she passed away 3 years ago, and after her, I did date this chick that passed away as well. I call her Opie. And then Opie and me went out for like almost a year, and then I found out Opie had passed away. It'll be 2 years now in November that Opie passed away. And it's 3 years now that my late fiance passed away. So after Opie, I dated Fairy for almost a year as well. And I didn't have a roster at all, but there was a time when me and Fairy were broken up. And I was kind of having a roster again, but this time things had changed. It wasn't like it was back then. So what I mean by then is the man would have more control back then, more pull, more control, and like the woman actually wanted something serious with you. They wanted to date you and all this and that. The only thing I was getting, and it's the same, and I'm encountering the same issue right now, is the only woman I was getting are married women with boyfriends, or lesbians, and they all want the same thing. They don't want nothing serious with me. They just want to sleep around with me or hang out with me. They only want to keep me around for that. They don't want nothing serious, and I'm looking for something serious because as a single dad, I get pressure to find a mother figure for my son. I do miss having a significant other, like the good parts of it, not the bullshit that comes along with it, because I've noticed how all relationships bring bullshit. All women always bring bullshit and stress. Doesn't matter how good of a person she is, they always all bring it. And I'm pretty sure they do it on purpose to an extent, because I know they like the thrill of it. But I would also notice this issue because I fumbled a roster recently. So this roster that I had, it was about four different women. I cut them off. They didn't want nothing serious. They just wanted to sleep around me. I cut them off to get back with my ex. But before I got with my late fiance, sorry about jumping around, I would notice, like, I would be able to attract the woman physically, But once they'd get to know me, I had a drinking problem back then. I would drink too much and party too much. They'd get turned off by that, or they'd get turned off by my beliefs, my way of thinking, the way I was. But I think I am just different compared to the other people. I'm not what you would say your current NPC. I'm not into the same shit as they are. I'm into different things, and I appreciate that I am like that. And I would say I want somebody that'll like me for me. Only person that I think ever truly liked me for me is my late fiance. Maybe to an extent my recent ex. I'm not sure. I don't really think so. I think I just made her horny and she was just into me physically for something sexual. Because that's just how my ex Opie was also. Not trying to talk down on them. It's just, it is what it is. So anyways, I was in the other video I told you about that emo chick from my work that I was beginning to like. I was beginning to like her and this other chick. So the emo chick was about 23. Then there's this other chick I was stepping down to, and she was only 19. And she had a boyfriend too, and she didn't tell me about her boyfriend till after he had broken up with her. So after we went out, she came back to my house, we made out. She was very shy, so I said we can take things a little slower. And then later in the day, she didn't want to leave. I said, I'm really tired. My son's about to be home. Go home, we'll hang out some other time. And then she was real sad later saying her boyfriend had broken up with her. She never told me why. I don't give a fuck, But let me tell you about her. So the 19-year-old, she's this little petite mestiza Mexican chick, like pale white skin, beautiful green eyes, long brown hair, cute piercing in her nose, one inside her mouth right there, little glasses, nice, sexy, slim figure. So there was her. Then there's this other lesbian chick that was my baby mama's best friend. She likes to mess around with me. And then there was this other one that I was beginning to like too, this Venezuelan chick. And she has a girlfriend. And she would only come around me whenever her and her girlfriend would get into a fight. But then she tried asking me for money, so I immediately cut that off. But I thought, so when I was hanging out with the Venezuelan chick, she's talking to me in Spanish. She says her parents are originally from Italy, but she was born in Venezuela. They came here in her late teens. And I kind of missed having somebody dating somebody that I talked to in Spanish. It was bringing back some nostalgia. But it's just like a little dopamine hit. It's not real. It's just like doing a drug. It's not fucking real. And each one of them just sees me and just wants to cheat on their significant other with me. Or then they want to ask me for something. And slowly, I was getting a little frustrated and just being my normal self, because I'm sober, I get hyper and happy. And that would turn them off. And I ended up fumbling my roster. And I'm thinking, I just need to not be into human woman. I need to date an AI Android robot. And I don't have the money to afford an AI Android robot right now. But I get this pressure, because my kid still wants a mother figure. He's still young. He's only 8 years old. I still want more siblings, but I'm going to go through a surrogate. I want siblings for my son. I'm going to go through a surrogate to get him siblings. And I don't know. It's just like... I'm stuck in a repeated cycle again. It's been this way for the past 3 years, it seems. And it seems like I keep being stuck with, I love a dead chick. I love a chick that no longer wants me. And I'm getting passed around by married chicks and lesbians. What the fuck? It's been this way for the past 3 years. I'm somebody's dad. This is embarrassing. And I think I should have just not listened to my friend Carlos, even though he didn't have anything wrong by telling me to step out and don't I miss having a girlfriend. It's just it's just not for me. It always turns out the same. And these chicks aren't wanting to date me. They just want to be intimate with me. They don't want to date me. And I know some of you guys will be like, I'll take the sex. I want this and that. Well, I don't want that. I actually want love, but women aren't capable of truly loving you. They might love Chad, Tyrone, and Pookie and Ray Ray to an extent, but they ain't never gonna love a motherfucker like this. It's just what it is. But this is how I fumbled my roster and roster rant.